I actually have a question for Shad JTG because when I was younger, I always looked up to Ron Simmons, who became the first black champion, and Rock was the second, and I think that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but Mark Henry did his reign, and I always wondered, is there, just like for girls, is there like a glass ceiling in the WWE for black people?
I was gonna say no, right? I think with the glass ceiling and everything, whether you're black, Samoan, female, tattoos, you know what I'm saying, are too short, too tall, you don't suck enough dick. Okay, this is the glass ceiling. Seriously. So it's like I wish I was the one that was just not honest, but I am. So it's like I can say this for black people, but then I'm leaving out all the girls who need the opportunities. I'm leaving out all the guys who are alternative. They didn't get opportunities because they're like, oh, no one's gonna believe a long-haired freak who doesn't do drugs. Yeah, they will. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no one's gonna believe a guy who's, you know, under 5'9", you know what I'm saying, can be a badass and actually a good wrestler. Yeah, they will. You know, unless you're 6'6", 6'7", you know, also in bulletproof, you're a star. We've had a lot of guys who are 6'6", 6'7", tall, blonde, blue eyes. They couldn't wrestle with Jack, but they kept on trying to give that guy the ball. He just kept on dropping it. And it was like, wow, you know, you're all these people around, so it's kind of hard to say, oh, it's because I'm black, I didn't know it. Because we're just a class of people that they just, the grown people are making decisions, you know what I'm saying, in terms of who should go up. And then you have a lot of influencers who, you know, I always, like, you know about me, I always said, I have no sense of style or fashion. I didn't dress myself. No, my girl dressed me, my niece told me it was cool. I don't know nothing about the songs on the radio, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm out of style and I'm out of fashion. You know what I'm saying? So what is a 49-year-old, a 55-year-old man gonna tell me what the kids on TV wanna watch today, who are 21, 15, 16 years old? You know what I'm saying? They don't know, but they have to protect that people in order to keep their jobs. So, yeah, that's how I feel.
This is a question to any of you who want to answer. What would you say is some of the most important things about self-promotion? Like any piece of advice you ever got, or just something that you think someone should definitely, absolutely do?
Well, I'm probably the last person to ask about self-promotion. Actually, there were guys in Ohio Valley that made t-shirts, that 8x10s, like I never made 8x10s for myself, I never made t-shirts, I wish I did, but Andy did it all for us, so I never thought of it, but I would say someone to look up to for that is Zach Ryder. Ryder is just the man of self-promotion. I don't even know half the words he's done for him. He's done YouTube videos, and you know, I think he's made tights or something, or like, anyway, yeah, I think Zach's got himself over through self-promotion. So, you know, I think when we were there, you know, we still had like flip phones, and you know, I think I had like a little Palm Pilot, but it wasn't anything like it was today. But now you can go to Facebook, Instagram, you know, I mean, I can imagine using that to your advantage. If you don't use that, you know, it's to your detriment. I would definitely think it's you know, you got the whole world at your fingertips.
I like to say something. Okay, I stay afloat because of social media. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I went and I did things and I have a little bit of name, but there's other people out there that don't get the bookings that I do, and it's because I'm putting myself out there on social media. And when I was first starting in wrestling and having my matches and trying to get booked outside of my wrestling school, it was really hard to send like a VHS tape and all that. Where now it's one click away with YouTube. Here's a match, or you know, here's some pictures of me, you know, whatever. And it's like you brand yourself so that you can market yourself, and that's a tool that it hasn't always been there. So you're foolish if you don't use that tool, because I know if I was using that tool, I wouldn't be able to say that, you know, I'm a struggling actress by day and instead of waiting tables, I'm a professional wrestler. There's a lot of people that can't say that. That's what I do instead of not waiting tables. I don't make much, but I make enough. And it's all about social media, putting yourself out there, and it's just so important.
This is for you, Sam. What made you want to go from a worker to a promoter and do freak show wrestling?
And sum it up to one word: necessity. I would love to just roll into an auditorium and just worry about my match with Shad and not worry about anything else. We could just decide all these fun things we're going to do or whatever. But when things are limited, or when other people are, maybe not short-sighted, maybe they're just not digging your cup of tea or what have you. You got to either die or get back on the horse and figure out something. And I'm not a guy that cries about anything. I want to go for greener pasture. That's why I went to Las Vegas and did freak show, and went to LA and did freak show. Traveling the planet and collecting all sorts of weird, different, art forms. Be it pro wrestling and sideshow and magic and comedy and art and all these things. I wanted to put something together like freak show wrestling because I didn't see Vince McMahon having, he didn't have the taste for that after for whatever reason, or TNA or whatever. I wasn't the right fit. And for a long time, I kind of was upset with that. And I think every wrestler carries some sort of baggage. But I always felt for the longest time like, I was like that nerd in Revenge of the Nerds that wanted so badly to be in this vanilla sort of boys club that, either didn't understand me or didn't appreciate me or what have you. So instead of crying about something I couldn't have, I wanted to make something for myself. And promoting really kind of snuck up on me in the sense that I could cultivate and help people that were in that same position where I think, oh man, well, maybe this guy, he might not be the next John Cena, but man, he sure is funny, or man, he's scared, or he's this, or he's that, or she's this, or she's that. And, it was just really a vehicle to get out what I had in me. Like, I want to entertain human beings. That's what I want to do. And so it was completely out of necessity. If Vince McMahon said, hey, I'm going to give you $1 million to start freak show wrestling, and you have a whole bunch of people working for you, or whatever, and just come up with these ideas, that would have been cool. But I mean, as you know, like, freak show wrestling is a collaboration. I call on my road buddies, I call on new up-and-coming wrestlers, I call on other fringe performers, like sideshow performers, and burlesque, and circus, and comedy, and all that stuff. And so it's just out of necessity to give people something new and something different. And I'll close with something Einstein said: every brilliant idea starts out ridiculous. So if Vince McMahon thinks my idea is ridiculous, I'm going to wait it out, and I'm not waiting for anybody else before it becomes brilliant. And everything and everybody that's in my show are awesome, brilliant, and beautiful, talented people. So that's a surprise to me. Is like, man, I get to help cultivate other talent that's hungry, passionate, and so that was such a really cool thing that snuck up on me about it. Come on down.
Jim's legs are too short. Last question.
No, this question is actually for everybody. So when I go out and perform type deal, I don't care if it's 200, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, do it all. I kind of just want to hear everybody's story on what the biggest crowd individually and what it felt like going in front of a huge crowd, whether it was WrestleMania, New Japan, and all that.
I don't know if you like my answer, but here's my answer, nonetheless. So, for me, the biggest crowd number-wise was WrestleMania, but I was just in a conversation about this the other day, and for me, just me, Shelly, when I was with WWE, it was kind of one of those things where I always knew I was supposed to be there, and it wasn't an arrogant thing, I just knew that was my path. That's why I never gave up, but it wasn't like I'm gonna make it there one day, you watch and see. It was well, I'm supposed to be there, so it's gonna happen. Like, that's just what I'm supposed to be doing. And so, when I had that opportunity to be in front of all those people, the first thing on my mind was, I can't wait to be done with this so I can go hang out with my friends and my sister, because that's what WrestleMania ended up being for me. Because I guess what I'm saying is the crowd number, at that time in my career, it didn't matter that it was that many, but what's interesting is my relationship with wrestling is completely different now than it was then. So actually, when I had this match like a couple weekends ago at this place called 3PW in Vegas, I wrestled this girl who, her and I, throughout the last couple of years, we really built a friendship. So we really trust each other. So when we went in there, even though I had wardrobe malfunctions galore, like that match to date, like that energy and what you're saying, it felt like what it should have been there, but it just wasn't that time. So it's interesting how my WrestleMania moment, brother, was really a couple weekends ago in Vegas. But number-wise, it was in WrestleMania.
I've been in a couple of WrestleManias as one of the Undertaker Druids, so that was kind of cool. I think 80,000 people or something. I was proud I ever performed it, and as me, as Sinn, I was working for the Jim Rose Circus, and we opened for Guns N' Roses in Sturgis. I think it was like 115,000. It was ridiculous. And awesome.
I honestly don't remember the biggest number crowd. I can think the only crowd that I ever, like, I like crowds anyway. I have fun no matter what. Like, the crowd moves, cheers, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna make you like me. I don't care. Like, I've had racist people going, "You're a good boy." No, but I think what crowd that matters, me and Jay, we get to wrestle Madison Square Garden, and it was my first time wrestling Madison Square Garden. And we both tried to call our friends if you had to get them tickets, and we couldn't get nobody tickets at all. But I remember we walked out, and like as soon as we went into the ring, I went to the top rope, and I looked in the corner, and like my entire neighborhood was there. Everybody from Notion, and like a bunch of people from Jay's neighborhood was there. And it was crazy because there were these two kids in my seats when I was a kid that I sat in MSG and watched like the British Bulldog and wrestle. And I was like, those are my seats. And they were like, oh, whatever you say to me, hey. I was like, you're my seat. They're like, yeah, you too, buddy. I was like, you kids.
I have a very long drive tonight. But there's two matches actually. One was we were in Cape Town, South Africa. I was wrestling Sandman, and every night that was actually very interesting because he was pretty. He was Sandman. I remember it was at the squad. I was doing that, and I just remember my music hit. I came out to the ramp. And the ramp was huge, all the way to the ramp. I just looked around, and I saw all these just camera shots. I'm like, this is fucking sick. Like, it was just a cool skill. The other one was, I always call it Toronto Skydive, but I don't think it's called Toronto Skydive. Rogers Center, okay. I remember Russell Boxer actually, again, it was post-squad, but we wrestled that match, and I kind of promo him, but we were doing the big guy go back thing, he kept pushing me off, and we just started circling after me. Big guy tied up, pushed off, and he started going, Jeter sucks, G, and we literally just looked at each other, and we stopped, and we just kind of looked around, and we're like, this is fucking sick. You know, I mean, when it started, you know, they said, you guys suck, but that was the first time in my life they ever said my name.
I don't know the biggest arena either. I never really paid attention to the numbers, and I kind of paid attention to the arena, the name. He already told me this is regardless, so I have to think of something on the fly. The Staples Center. Staples Center, LA, in Los Angeles. That was our debut match, and that's when we were Spirit Squad. And usually, I think, I don't want to say it, Chris Noir came up to me before my match. And he said, good stuff, you know, usually guys' first match, you know, they're playing, get tight, a little nervous. And I wasn't nervous at all. I wasn't nervous at all. I was so hyped, like in my book, there when I wrote my book, I said, I said, when I went out to that audience in the Staples Center, I was so hyped. You can watch it on YouTube. My hat flew off and my chains broke off. I was so hyped. I couldn't wait.
Hands and bondage, you said.
And
Free at last, free at last.
well, whatever the advice that Chris Gilmore told me, like you're not nervous, we're good, but when you go out there, don't hold back. Like when you're hitting somebody, you know, a lot of the new guys, they kind of like flinch. Like he said, even if they do flinch, still hit them. We all.
And he did.
Christopher Gilmore said that?
Yeah. He said, hit them and apologize later, but it's gotta look real. And I always remember that.
I think the biggest arena is always like those WrestleMania shows. Those are
Football.
yeah, outdoor football arenas. And most of the memories from those WrestleMania shows are like a week or two before, gonna have like a tag team championship on the card or something, and like the day or two before, and like maybe the dark match. Or hey, Kid Rock wants to play a 17-minute set. It's like you and Chris are gonna be the dark match again. But regardless of the dark or TV or it doesn't matter because you're still out there in front of all those people. And one thing that really sticks out in my head about those crowds is you think it takes a while for you to do a move here and get the guy in the fifth seat in the way back of the UEW arena to understand what's happening. And in Mania, it's like the sound of the crowd responding to what's going on in the ring happens in waves. You can hear like a cheer or a boo, almost like a wave of sound going. It's like the way louder and louder as people in the back of the arena hear it and understand what's going on. So yeah, that's it. Mania football fields.
Thank you guys for being here with me tonight. It really means a lot that you guys came out and did this with me. Thank you guys for coming tonight. Check out John Morrison, Johnny Lindo on Lucha Underground.
Follow me on Twitter @Real Morrison.
We didn't have, I'm sorry. Yeah. We were talking about all the wrestling students. The rep is another wrestling student. Paul, he is one of Rikishi's students, and he volunteered his time here. Thank you. The rep did a thankless job. Right next to the promoter.
Did a good job, we didn't even see him.
Yes, that's a good, and they're critique for the referee. I mean, if we don't remember who's repping, you're an awesome ref. And be passionate and give a guy respect, so you know we just remember this and this is what you need to do. This. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Shelly. Check out Shelly. Check out JTG's book. It's awesome. You can get it online. He's got all the details. Check out Johnny Jeter. He's on Facebook.
You guys have any questions? I didn't know he had a book. Do you guys have any questions about anything? Whatever, you know, we're all on Facebook groups. Whatever.
Yeah, we like talking about wrestling. We like, answering questions. Like when we're at indie shows or whatever, you can't shut us up. Like, it behooves you to ask wrestlers that know stuff about stuff. It makes sense. Ask the Hero Brand. Ask about Venus. Ask whoever you have on your